Hi everybody, it's Sunday, September 20th, and I'm up here at Cabrillo just getting together my seeds that are going to be part of the lab exercise over the next 2 weeks. I've got some yellow bush lupin seed to sow. I'm going to sow some of the bladder pod as well that you guys are going to be doing. And first of all, I just want to get some more lupin seed scarified with the sandpaper and show all of you what you're supposed to be doing, because I know that some of you haven't done this before. So just bear with me a moment while I get that set up. So this is sandpaper scarification. You should get the big sheet of sandpaper that was in the package of materials that you picked up from Cabrillo and just fold it over, tear it in half. And all you're going to do for the scarification is take your lupin seeds, and you should have counted out 12 of those, divided them into 2 batches of 6. If you have enough materials, then go ahead and do more than 6 if you want to. So, got my seed there. You need to sort through it first and pick out any of the seed that looks like it's been eaten by insects. So I'm going to pick out that one. It's got a huge chunk taken out of it. This one that I've picked out right here is really small and shriveled up. It looks like it never formed fully in the seed pod, so I'm going to get rid of that as well. And the rest of the seeds here are looking pretty good. So all I'm going to do is take the other half of this sheet of sandpaper, lay it on top of the seeds, and then just rub it like that. So you don't have to be terribly gentle with this. You're trying to scratch the seed surface so that water will be able to enter that hard, impermeable seed coat really readily on the lupin. And what you're going to find is that some seeds might break. That's probably an indication that you're pressing a little bit too hard. And when you're doing this, remember that the bladder pod seeds are a little more fragile than the lupin seeds. You can be quite brutal with the lupin seeds. So I'm just going to keep scarifying these for a few more seconds. And when they're ready, you should be able to see that the seed coat surface is looking quite dull. Make sure that the dullness that you're seeing isn't just dust from the sandpaper. And if you've got really good eyesight, which I don't, you may even be able to see a few scratches on the seed coat surface from the sandpaper. So that's all sandpaper scarification is. I think I would probably do it for a little bit longer than I just did on the lupin seed, and with the bladder pod you'll probably only need to do it for 30, 40, 45 seconds. That's all. Okay, so these seeds now are ready to be sown. I've got my 6 packs here filled nice and evenly with potting mix, and I'm going to give them a thorough watering now before I sow the seed in them. When you're watering, one of the common mistakes that we often do is to turn on the hose full blast and just blast all of the potting mix out of the container. So something like that. So I find that one of the easiest things to do first of all is just aim the watering rose just off to the side get the amount of water that's flowing out of it just right, and you're looking for a nice gentle flow, and make sure that the 6 packs are watered really thoroughly. Let the water soak in, and then you may need to look at the bottom of the 6 pack just to make sure that water's running out evenly. So I'm looking at the bottom of the 6 pack here, and even though I saw some water running out of the drainage holes in the bottom, I can see that the potting mix inside the cells is still really dry. So I want that to be nice and uniformly moist throughout the whole of the cell. So I'm going to go back and give this some more water. So here are the 4 6 packs that I just watered. 3 of them are looking pretty good. You can see that the potting mix didn't settle very much, but take a look at the one in the top right hand corner here. So you can see on this one that the potting mix settled quite a bit. I've got quite a big gap around the top of all 6 cells there. So I really need to top that one up again with a little more potting mix and re-wet it before coming back to sow any seed in that one. Let's take a quick look at the seed that I'm going to sow before it goes into the 6 packs. I've got my labels ready here on the left, all ready to go, and you can see in the 2 containers on the right I've got 2 sets of lupin seed, and these are 2 sets of seed that I soaked yesterday. The one on the left just got a plain hot water soak. The one on the right was scarified with sandpaper and then got a 12-hour soak. And take a look at the difference in the seeds here. You can see that the ones on the left that just had the hot water soak really don't look as if they've absorbed any water at all. They're still about the same size as they were before I gave them the hot water soak. And then look at the ones on the right. Look how much bigger they are. They've clearly gone through the imbibition phase, which is the first of the 3 stages of water uptake in germination. And these ones are well on their way to the lag phase, if they're not already in there. And they're quite a bit ahead of the ones on the left. So it would seem at the moment that scarification with sandpaper followed by the hot water soak would seem to be much more effective than just a hot water soak on its own. But we'll see in 14 days what the results actually tell us. So I'm going to sow these seeds now. Here are my 2 6 packs with the seed just sitting on top of the potting mix. Got the ones immediately in front of me here that got both the sandpaper scarification followed by a hot water soak, and then these are the much smaller seeds at the back there that just got the hot water soak. So instead of covering these with some additional potting mix, all I'm going to do is just poke these in to about 2.5 to 3 times their depth. There we go. That one. That one. Chopstick is a really good way of doing this, or just use the end of your finger. So there we are, the seed is sown, and I'm just going to give these 6 packs another watering. That'll get the potting mix to collapse in around the seed so that they're nicely covered. I'm going to put my labels in, and then we'll be finished and ready to observe these seeds. So here's my finished product, the six packs. I've got 2 that are the plain hot water soak. I've got 2 that were sandpaper and hot water, and then on the right here I've got 2 6 packs, so 12 seeds that I've sown that have no treatment at all, and these are going to be our control, and I'm going to put all the data for these seeds in the spreadsheet, and we'll use the control to compare everything else against.